All right, let's get into VR here. We're going to be flying the Black Square Baron in Kalispell, Montana, and around the area. If it loads up here for me, let's see here. I guess I have to click on the game first. There we go. And shift. All right, we're gonna get inside the Baron here. Flying live weather. It's a beautiful day here in Kalispell, Montana. We're taking off from Kalispell Regional Airport, or is it regional? I don't know if it's regional, but it's the municipal airport here in Kalispell. So we're gonna fly around and see if we can land on some dirt airstrips and just have some fun flying around in this aircraft. So let me get in the cockpit here. Center it up here. All right, let's get our controls reading. All right. I'm just going to go full mixture. Right off the bat, open up the cowl flaps and get things rolling here. I noticed for some reason, every now and again when I'm starting up this aircraft, my mouse freezes. I'm not sure if it's my VR or what, but if I move around too much, it tends to not want to move. Let's see, we want beacon lights on. See, I'm trying to get my cursor up to the beacon. Could be also that I'm using a lot of bandwidth, so I'm going to turn these on here. I don't need ice. Sometime today would be great. There we go. All right, let's get our fuel pumps rolling. We'll do the right one first. And come on. Cool thing about this aircraft is that the startup is different every time due to the weather. Come on. It's really giving me trouble today. There we go. All right, let's drop this down to idle here, and then I'll try to get over here and start this left engine. It's really frustrating when the mouse does this. I don't know why it does it, but it does it. Wake up, mouse. And of course, somebody's calling me right now. Trying to start this airplane and do a live stream. Come on. There we go. Man, this is really giving me troubles today. We need avionics on, don't we? We do. Avionics. Man, somebody's really trying to get hold of me. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Let's get this map up. We don't really need it, but we're We're going to use it. I'm going to leave the cowl flaps open for now. I feel like I'm sitting way high in the seat here. I'm having a bunch of technical difficulties here today. Sorry, folks. And slowing down. Whoa, we are cruising. What is going on here? That's not good. I don't know why it did that. I did not have throttle all the way up that high. Okay. So far, not so good. Alright, let's get over here. I'm gonna turn here. And get flying. What I'm gonna do here is we'll take off here and we'll try to land at Riley Field and go from there. I think it's Riley. It's a really cool airstrip. Landed there before. I want to see how this does. I'm pretty sure I could land this here, or this there, which is what I'm going to do here. All right, let's see here. We want to notch a flaps, and why am I not centered? There we go. All right, that's better. Let's get moving. Right, we are up in the air. I keep going straight here a little bit before I level off. Gonna have to make a U-turn here. I'm gonna level it off right here. Altitude's on, so I can adjust what I need to adjust here without doing a nosedive. Let's bring our mixture back to 50%. And cowl flaps up. Well, everybody's trying to contact me, so I've got to jump off in the middle of my live stream here. So I'll be right back. Dang it. I'm back. And I turned around somehow. Well, that was a rough start to the live stream. I apologize, folks. My wife was trying to get a hold of me about some business information. So I'm flying over Kalispell, Montana right now. Live weather, live time. And we're gonna take a little flight over here towards Glacier Park International and fly over Columbia Falls to get to the airfield that I was looking for. I need to throw our mixture back here. Where is my mouse? There it is. I am just having a rough go today. There we go. Got a bit of wind, some turbulence going, and it's bouncing me around a bit. But that's all good. Guess I could have turned these on before, but I didn't really need them. I forgot to turn on my landing lights, which was bad. I should not have taken off without my landing lights on. We're in the old 1980s/70s retro style Baron, and just giving her a test flight here. I was debating whether I wanted to fly the RJ Professional, but I think I'm going to save that for a video rather than a live stream, because I want to fly from Seattle to San Francisco in that using Beyond ATC. So we'll see. Now that I know how to import the SimBrief flight plans into the game, I can do that in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is a cool feature that wasn't there before. So, and if it was, I didn't realize it was there. That helps a ton, especially when it comes to programming the FMCs, because it'll already be in the flight planner. So that is a cool feature that I'm going to use the heck out of. So I'm going to try to fly over here, see what we can see. Definitely gusty winds, and it's kind of hazy due to the forest fires that have been blowing into the valley here. It's not as bad as it was, but there's still remnants of it, and you can see it in the simulator, which is pretty cool. More down that way, as you can see, it's really hazy over there. But for here, we're flying into some cleaner air. Definitely hitting the wind off these mountains here. Always windy flying through the canyon. If we look over here to our left, there's the runway over here, and it's on that little mound just in front of the mountains there. Off to our left, just slightly in front of our left engine. I'm gonna try to fly in this way to make the approach as it seems that if I try to approach the other direction, it's a little bit too steep of a descent because I gotta pretty much fly over that mountain there to get a nice lineup on the runway. So I'm gonna try this way. This way is kind of sketchy too, and I've not done it too often, so we'll see how this is in this aircraft. And I should probably prepare, if my mouse works. This is where I really need my mouse to work. Trying to guesstimate where that runway is. I think I see it right there, so I'm going to throw a notch of flaps and a throttle back here. And drop my gear. See how bad this approach is, flying over this mountain, trying to get stable enough to where, yeah, this approach isn't much better, but it's definitely a challenge. Do some full flaps here because we're coming in kind of hot. Whew. All right, we made it. Well, you can bushcraft in the Black Square Baron apparently, just barely. Man, I am full brakes here. Full brakes, come on. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Okay. Whew. I just about crapped myself there. I don't know which way is the best way to go. I'm gonna try to go this way. And hopefully not hit a tree here with my wing. All right, so we made the landing. That was pretty intense. That is the closest I've come to crashing on this runway. That was sketchy. All right, I'm gonna get my breath here and see what I can do. All right, so I am going to throttle up and we're going to try to take off here. We put some flaps down. I guess I already have them down, but put them up a bit. And I'm going to be taking off here. Got a nice long runway. Should be able to make it off the ground. Plenty of runway for a takeoff. It's just that landing was pretty tight. All right, gear up. And we're gonna find another runway to land at here. Trying to think of where a good one might be. It's really lagging today. Usually I can do that. I think it might be because I'm live streaming. All right, I think we have a nice airstrip on the Hungry Horse Reservoir here that we can check out. Get my props up again. So we're gonna head that way. I think it's Two Bear Airfield. Cut over to the left here and do some sightseeing. Got Great Northern Mountain off to the left there. The white one sticking up over everything. Thinking of going in and getting the IL-2 Korea flight combat simulator, because that looks pretty sweet. It's pretty expensive. It's $90. But then I think, well, how much money have I put into this flight simulator? And I can tell you what, I bought the standard edition, and I think that was $80, and then don't get me started on all the aircraft. So I think I'm gonna have to do that here in the near future, because I see it as VR enabled, which is even better. Just keeping an eye out here to see what we have ahead of us. Maybe some airfields. I don't think there are any airfields other than a few straight ahead of us, but we have to fly over the reservoir here. I'm gonna drop down and get some speed going. I guess I had my flaps. I always forget to put my flaps up after I take off, and I'm wondering why I'm flying slow. Want to get into some American Truck Simulator here in the near future too. It's a pain swapping out gear. And the last time I tried, my Moza steering wheel was not reading or even able to be programmed, so I don't know what the deal was there, but I was thinking about trying that today, but I really just wanted to relax and fly. I haven't had free time to do this in a long time, so that's why I'm doing it now. And I didn't really want to spend an hour or two trying to figure out why my steering wheel is not working. So I went with what was working already. It's like they take turns. working and not working. One will work and one won't work. And I'm talking about the truck sim versus flight sim, because sometimes the flight sim doesn't work. The truck sim works, so I play the truck sim. So they take turns. Working and not working. Yeah, it's getting a little more hazy up here. Getting into some of the smoke in the air. I'm gonna skim the water here. I'm gonna nose down and see how close I can get to the water. Why not? I thought that was an airstrip there for a second. Definitely couldn't land there in this. Well, maybe I could if I stalled out before I hit the ground. All right. Just barely skimming the water here. Be cool if the water had effects from the propeller, but I guess that's only in some airplanes that does that. But we're gonna pull up before I crash. I think that airstrip's coming up here, so we need to get up high so I can see where it's at and see if I can land this here. If I remember correctly, this airstrip up here is pretty long. It doesn't have a lot of trees around it. And I don't know what possessed me to try to do bush flying in the Barren here, but why not? It almost didn't work out on that last runway, so we'll see how we do on this one. I was gonna make myself an energy drink before I jumped on here. I could use one. I'm pretty wiped out. It's been a long week already, and it's only Wednesday. Feels like it's Wednesday times 3. I'm ready for a vacation. Let's see, I'm gonna give myself a little more trim the nose up a bit so I don't have to use the yoke so much. If I remember correctly, it's just straight ahead there at the end of the water, and we could land there. I do believe. see here. Should be just up here and around the corner. I think it's right there, straight ahead of us. The last plane I flew into here was the de Havilland. Forgot what it's called, but it was the one that came out. It was the Legendary Flyer, I think, in 2020, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. That was the last time I've landed here, so we're gonna see if I can do it better than the last time. Come on, mouse. Man, it's so laggy. It's like almost to the point where I can't use it. Got flaps down, gear down. Really gotta cut speed back here on this one, I think, because it's got a curve to it, which is kind of funky, if you can see that up there. Rudder, tail rudder, we're getting blown around here. Get my feet situated on the pedals a little better. Man, lots of tail rudder here. Lots of trees. Come on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Whoa. Whoa. That's not good. We're dead. Wow. I don't know what. I must have hit a bump or something. That was messed up. All right, well, we died there. I think I'm going to call it good for my live stream today. It seems I have somebody else calling me, and I don't want to spend time on my live stream talking on the phone, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks for flying with me. Have a great weekend, whatever you have at it. Stay safe and Godspeed.